we start out with the daily challenge. We are playing with Soul Guard today, exiled Stygian with traditional Umbra. We have hashtag blessed, gain a random artifact after every battle, tithe, half gold earned, and sacrificial, apply fragile to the first friendly unit summoned each turn. Now, one thing I wonder is how sacrificial would interact with Titan Channel. That can definitely help if we are able to avoid sacrificial that way. But we'll have to see. Let's jump into the game and see what cards we get to play with. So, we have Ice Tornado, Mine Collapse and Crystalline Seeds. Hi Nightbreeze, thank you. Glad to have you here. So, we have Telos with Rage and Armor on Slay. Arcus with Incant and Harvest Dark Shards. And the Purifying Seraph. Okay, this is decent. Decent starting deck. Not really amazing, but usable. Let's take a look at the relic. Titan's Claw or Hammered Chestplates? Hammered Chestplates would be nice for morsels. Titan's Claw would be very good if we found a way to freeze these ice tornadoes. Honestly, Hammered Chestplate is a bit uninspiring. I am gonna go with the speculative pick of Titan's Claws here. Okay, we don't even have Titan Channel as an option. Whew. When we are seeing a lot of relics, I kinda wanna prefer Cold Channel. Because Cold Channel is pretty good with Cuddlebeard at the very least. It also obviously benefits from anything that gives you more incant triggers like extra card draw, double incant, extra energy. Hi RS Jackson. So does Dial Channel, of course. Also benefits a lot from these income booster. Hi Karas Divine. Welcome you all. I kinda wanna go Cold Channel, the Frostbite option. And then use morsels to keep them alive maybe. We'll have to see. Umbra has a few ways of keeping a frontliner alive that are decent. Lifesteal is gonna be a bit hard to use. And damage shield means we cannot trigger revenge on those hits, so that's obviously not ideal either. Do we set up on the bottom floor? We would take 6 right this turn. That's a lot of damage to take. Let's see what we have. But I do want the incant. I think we will set up. Yeah. Nope. Forgot about the sacrificial. Hey! It's Chris, 22. Thank you so much for your Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome to the channel. And enjoy your emotes in chat. Okay, we definitely play the Train Steer up first. Unless we play Shade Splitter first actually. But I really wanna maximize the incant. So let's put the Train Steer on the top. Fragile restore counter. Oh dear. We might actually need that, huh? Ice Tornado is good. It clears the entire floor. First time using Twitch and have learned a lot from your YouTube videos. Thank you for your help and keep up the good work. Hope to be out to beautiful Switzerland one day. Chris from Texas, USA. Hey, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed and have learned a lot from my YouTube videos. And I'm happy that you decided to tune into my Twitch. I think... What's the likelihood that we are gonna... Yeah, the Shade Splitters are just better than the Ice Tornado. Right? It should be. Because we can block a hit with the Morsel, we don't need Frostbite on those enemies. So blocking a hit here is actually fine. Let me think. I do want to kill off this Forge Disciple. We can do that with Foregone Power plus Mind Collapse, Foregone Power plus Crystalline Seeds. I do want to play both Train Swords. Especially have one here. No, that should have gone behind Soul Guard. Oops. Yes, I guess that's another restart then. Yeah, that's bad. Although this is a good hand. Okay. Luckily we did have a good hand here that made us able to actually kill on the bottom floor. Hellspanners, very much appreciated. That's a really good pickup. It feels wrong not taking Energy Siphon here. Ooh. But I really don't want to play another Spell Weakness deck. It's just such a good archetype for daily challenges. Maybe we go with Glacial Seal instead and try to improve our Frostbite strategy. Pack Morsel, Space Prism, Perils of Production. Pack Morsel has the benefit of immediately activating Hellspanners, but I think I want Space Prism here. Siren of the Sea, Cold Celia. Cold Celia would be another decent Frostbite unit we could put behind Soul Guard. My defense should probably come from some kind of totem, sap or armor. Ideally, of course. We can't really guarantee that. Cold Celia, 3 Frostbite, is that really worth it? I don't think so, actually. We should focus on something that can actually kill frontliners. Although, I mean, with enough Frostbite, you can kill frontliners as well. Still, Cold Celia, if the Frostbite ticks 3 times, that's basically 10 damage. 1 from the hit, and then 3 from each Frostbite tick. And that's not good. We're much better off with the Siren of the Sea. We are incentivized to take Incant anyways, and Siren of the Sea becomes a very good boss killer if we put her behind Soul Guard, so Soul Guard will apply a bunch of Frostbite, and then the Siren of the Sea will have a decent amount of health. What am I looking for here? Magic damage on a Mind Collapse. Siren of the Sea could use Multi-Strike, could use Armor on Incant, could use extra health. There are a lot of good upgrades available for her. Anything else? Cost reducing the Ice Tornadoes would obviously make a lot of sense. What options do we have here? No shops at all. We will most likely go for the relic. And here we have both shops available again. We only have the 100 gold right now. We are playing with tithe, so... I feel like I should prioritize spell upgrades for now. Nameless Siren, Titan Sentry. I feel like we don't need those, although Nameless Siren could make sense. No, that's too many units on one floor. If we want to have more incant on a single floor, we should get some totems instead. It sucks not being able to get a holdover, but I really don't feel like we have anything great to hold over just yet, and it's very expensive. I think we benefit more from the small upgrades here. Mark of Invasion. Okay. We can at the very least deal with them. Maybe not in a good way, but... Ice Tornado seems like a decent way. That would allow us to set up on the bottom floor, perhaps. And then we draw either Crystalline Seeds, Glacial Seal, or Mine Collapse. Actually, we have 6 Ember this turn. The main problem is that I don't have anything to trigger the Fragile with. I can't trigger Fragile with my frontliner, so it has to be my backliner. That's awkward. Guess the Fragile Train Stealer goes here. The other one on the top. And we kill one of those, so we only take 1 damage. And get some more shards. Pretty happy to have a Shade Splitter in this hand. This muscle is not gonna help, so I should probably get another Train Steward out there and use that one as a tank for the Siren of the Sea, because she's fragile. Incant, do we need damage on this guy? He takes 14 this turn, we'll take 8 next turn, no. So let's just use this for Incant. Okay. Let's get some incants going. I should have played the Glacial Seal actually. Foregone Power should be the win here. But just in case it isn't, I'm gonna set up those units. There we go. Nice, nice. A Shade Lamp. That's nice to have. Oh, I'm very happy about this. That helps a lot with managing the sacrificial effect. Titan's Gratitude. Big nuke to the frontliner. That is tempting. Flash Freeze would be another way to apply more Frostbite, especially to a flying boss. Kinda wanna go with that. Prismal Dust. That would be a way of protecting Soul Guard, but there's always the problem of Damage Shield also preventing the revenge triggers, so it's not ideal. Still, we might need something like that for the next fight. These fights were pretty manageable because there were only 2 waves, so Soul Guard was pretty likely to survive until the boss comes around, but for the next combat that's a lot more uncertain. Engine Upgrade is also a pretty interesting pick here. Even an Umbra Assault could have a space in the stack, yeah. I think so. This is a very difficult pick. How do we deal with defense if we don't pick Prismal Dust? And Hammer Assault is also defense in a way. I really don't feel like Prismal Dust is that great of a solution for us. Oh, so worth. Cuddlebeard is huge for this deck. We have a few sources of Frostbite already. Especially our champion. Shard doesn't stay, so giving Endless to Soulguard won't solve anything. The other two tomes don't really seem like they have a place in this deck. Soulguard actively doesn't want quick on the backliners behind him. And the One Horn's Tome, well, considering that some of our units are already fragile, there might be a place for One Horn's Tome. We do already have the energy to use it, but we currently have no good unit to put it on. We could always put it on the Siren, of course, but that's not really what I'm looking for from the Siren. I don't want... I kind of want her health to matter as well. We could put Remnant Pact on the Siren. That does have a... There is, in theory, a justification for that. If Soulguard and Siren dies, we can put the Siren on the next floor, and the Frostbite already on the enemies will continue ticking while they fight the Siren again. But I just feel like we won't need that. I feel like we should be strong enough without having to do that. At least we should aim at being strong enough without having to do that. And I think we're not in a terrible place right now. Although Talos will be much more difficult than the previous fights. Especially if we want to try setting up on the bottom floor. Yeah. Setting up on the bottom floor is hard. Here. We can't really afford to. I wish I had a way to heal Soulguard. Do we just set up on the top floor? We might have to. Otherwise the damage coming in from the extra rage the enemies have is way too much for us to handle. As much as I hate doing this. Alright, we have these guys. Shigen's Rage on Slay, we should definitely avoid that. This is a very easy crystalline seeds on the bottom floor. Nice set of morsels we got there. It should have been morsel miner on the top, I think. Yeah. Let's use these instead for now. Well, we can use this turn to apply some Frostbite to you. not a bad amount. Now the question is, how much frostbite can we really get going here? Because I do feel like we should be trying to get as much frostbite onto her as possible. That's gonna be pretty important overall, if we wanna get an early kill. And by early I don't mean flying, I mean not on the top floor. Do wanna cast at least one spell here. There is no way I can protect the Glacial Seal. We need a bit more power on the top floor. Oh, I should have played the Mine Collapse, but the Magma Morsel will do. Kill goes to the Forge Disciple, that's fine. I can play the final morsel. Otherwise she gets a slay and we definitely don't want that. You know what? She's taking 45 damage a turn. If we can just prolong this fight a little bit, which is actually not that hard. Yeah. Good job, morsels. The first Hell Pact. That makes our Mine Collapses a lot better, and it would also go well with Spike of the Stygian. Well, this has to be Hoarfrost Effigy. Cold Celia is much more tempting now. Now that we have Cuddlebeard. Not bad. That is now 16 damage. Still not that exciting, to be honest. It also helps with Hoarfrost Effigy in theory. The main problem, however, is that the units will oftentimes die before... Well, the weaker units will die to the Frostbite, and then Hoarfrost Effigy won't have as much Frostbite to hold over. Cuddlebeard soloed Seraph. Yeah. If you can just prolong the fight for a while, then Cuddlebeard plus Frostbite can do some pretty nasty things to enemy bosses. We want draw. We need to cost reduce that Hoarfrost Effigy. I think that's important. Well, it's definitely important. Is it more important to get upgrades on the Siren though? We only need Hoarfrost Effigy to be ready for Fel. We can upgrade it as late as this Merchant of Magic, but we probably want to dupe it beforehand. And here we get a removal. While we get the removal here on Merchant of Steel, so I want to go for the Merchant of Magic here and then the Merchant of Steel next, because the removals are pretty damn good. Definitely cost reduce it. I think if we dupe it, we don't need to put holdover onto it. That is tempting, but it's also... it makes this spell very expensive. How much is an extra 8 Frostbite worth to me? I am willing to play Flash Freeze for 8 Frostbite. So shouldn't I be willing to double stack it for another 8? No, Flash Freeze is also a spell. It triggers Incant. It only costs 1 card this way. I kind of feel like I need something like that. What other upgrades are important to me right now? Large upgrades? Not so much in general. Yeah, let's do this. And then cost reduce it. Cost reduce the Orfrost. We can cost reduce the other one later. We do want to dupe the Orfrost. So that's priority. Okay, what do we need to get out of this deck? Ice Tornado doesn't seem great. Train Stewards, they at least help trigger the Hell Spanners, but honestly, Shade Splitter is much better in that regard. I think we remove a Train Steward and the unupgraded Ice Tornado. And we want the extra health on Soul Guard. And let's move on. Spell Shield, huh? Well, most of our non-unit damage is Frostbite anyways. But it does hurt the Mind Collapse and Ice Tornadoes. Soul Guard is now decently tanky, which I appreciate a lot. And we have to play them in this order. Gets us the kill on the frontliner and a decent amount of Frostbite on the back. We can just play the Glacial Seal here. It doesn't matter that it's gonna be fragile. This guy won't quite die to the Frostbite. Let's play a Morsel Excavator here. I have 5 Ember left, so I can play everything. Let's start with these Shade Splitters. For some more Frostbite. These guys will die, so I should just... I don't need to. This guy will have 8 attack. I should have put the fragile one in front then. I am gonna use this for Incant. Okay. And Umbra Salt is also kind of weakened by the challenge. I feel like we should start with an Umbra Salt just to get some Frostbite online. Transfer the Frostbite onto this guy and get some more Frostbite. All the Frostbite. Whoops, I should have played the Train Steward. Not like it matters. Well, it will probably not matter. That's already enough for the kill. Let's find a better morsel here. Apparently that's not what we're gonna do. Okay. Lifesteal is okay. We have a decent attack value on Soul Guard right now. So we'll get a pretty sizable heal off of that. 15 shards. This is pretty good. Extra health for Soul Guard. We do have lifesteal though. Maybe we should get extra attack instead. And can't really... Well, we don't have frostbite on anyone, so... Yeah, but this is easily enough to get a kill. Especially when we can do some more stuff like... Ice Tornado, Shade Splitter... or Frost. Yeah, that Frostbite scales ridiculously. Commemorative Spike! That means we no longer have to worry about Sacrificial, and that's great. At least not on the first turn. Guardian Stone is a good way to keep our Soul Guard healthy. Blazing Bolts, Engine Upgrade, Gem Trove. Honestly, at this point, I feel pretty confident about this deck. But the first wave frontline unit is still a little bit of a problem, and Blazing Bolts could help with that. No, I feel like that pulls our deck in the wrong direction. We already have cards that can help deal with something like that, and they are Ice Tornado and Frost Effigy. Honestly, at this point, I just want to make the Siren as aggressive as possible. Probably Strength Stone and Multi-Strike is my goal. How picky can we be? There is another pretty decent Merchant of Steel here, but the left side is also tempting. It depends on how much gold we have. We probably won't have too much gold at this point. And we're almost certainly gonna go for this side, Merchant of Steel Hellvent, because we want to dupe the Orfrost. So I think we can be a bit picky and reroll first here. I did not get Multi-Strike. That means we should get an upgrade, and that's gonna be a Battlestone here. And then leave. How good are these foregone powers really? They are pretty bad. Having one or two... Having one is almost always fine. The second one is already questionable. But I'm definitely gonna remove the third one. Okay, let's move on. No boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. That shouldn't be a big deal to us. Makes it a bit harder to use monsters. And this boss, honestly, I don't care about stealth at all. We deal most of our damage on revenge. At the very least against bosses. This Morsel Miner took the Sacrificial charge, which is very much appreciated. This is a bit of an issue. We don't have the capacity to put the Glacial Seal down because of the Morsel Miner, unless I were to Umbra Assault it. This guy has sweep anyway, so we don't really want to put the Glacial Seal down right now. Yeah. Definitely put a lot of Frostbite onto this guy, that's gonna be helpful. So if I were to set up a Train Steward on the top floor, I would probably like Damage Shield and Extra Attack. These morsels will most likely just die to the Master of Light. This is a good turn to play the Guardian Stone. And I'm okay with it being fragile, after all it only has 1 health anyways. This guy doesn't quite die. I would prefer if he did. But it's not a big deal because the train steward on the top floor does have a damage shield, so we can deal with him anyways. Which means I can focus on the bottom floor. And get a lot of incants going. Yep. And then we throw away more morsels. This guy will get so much rage, but I don't care about it. Yep, he's gonna die. Space Prism on the bottom floor seems good. And we also want to get more armor on our units here. More shards as well. I can make these morsels survive. I can play enough spells. This train steward will just die on the top floor. You know what? I'm gonna use this train steward to feed on these morsels. And thus getting some extra energy for the next turn. How much frostbite did we get on you? 14? That's not enough. But if we use the Hoarfrost, and that's much better. I think Ice Tornado happens on the bottom floor. That was great. I also kinda want extra health here. Although we might find something even more useful with the Umbra Assault. Nope, didn't happen. There's so much morsel generation. The backliner dies, so we can just use these morsel magma morsels for damage, I was about to say, but nope, the backliner still attacks before that. Yeah, let's play down a Glacial Seal. Another unit. These health banners have been absolutely amazing so far. I mean, we already have the kill, but might as well overkill, right? $84 frostbite, 25 shards. Look at that damage ramping up. We do have a ton of morsel generation. I do want Shadow Box. That can be really good. And Split Anvil is obviously nice. We have Ice Tornado, we have Mine Collapses. We can trigger that pretty often. Flash Freeze also helps. Not that we really need the extra Ember generation we get from that, but it's helpful nonetheless. Sometimes. Especially if we have to deal with something like Scorches or Blights. Cave-In is good. Cave-In helps us get more turns of the boss being on our floor for Frostbite. Obviously, main issue I see with this deck is the fact that our boss is gonna be the Purifying Seraph, so it's gonna be hard to keep the necessary amount of Frostbite onto him. We have a lot of Amber. We could just get these calcified Ambers and use them to nuke frontliners. It's not something I would usually do, but this deck has such a strong Amber economy that I feel like this is good. Well, that's 2 of these now. That should help on Arcos to get a pretty decent flying kill, I hope. Looming dog shot on the second floor. This is a bit awkward. Oh no, we already have the... Never mind. We already have the... thingy taken care of. The fragile. Siren of the Sea or Guardian Stone? Probably Siren of the Sea. We need that damage as well. That seems good. I do want to play the Mind Collapse and then finish off with the Flash Freeze as my only spell in hand, so the incant does nothing. Shattering Dark Shot on the top floor, I don't care about that one. Giving this guy armor is obviously not what I really want, but I think we are gonna be fine. I actually want the health. I really don't want to miss out revenge triggers. Train Steward. Another Train Steward on the top. No more room for morsels. Does that mean I shouldn't play the Shade Splitter? I do want to build up stacks of shard. I'm just gonna use the Mind Collapse. Oh, actually that makes the Shade Splitter free. I forgot about that. That should go on the boss, right? Oh, this is good. This is not so good though. We do have the Calcified Ember. And the Looming Dark Shot is obviously very bad. The Calcified Ember luckily is not a spell. I need to play the Shade Splitter. I should play it on another floor. And now we have 3 Ember, which would be exactly enough to play the Calcified Ember. Not playing the Orfrost sucks. And is probably wrong. Might be wrong. Cost increasing the Orfrost is probably wrong. But I will need the capacity on the bottom floor. This Dark Shot, not great. Okay, this is better. The only problem here is that we don't have 2 units right now. Well, we can generate them with Ice Tornado. We do need the kill on this bottom floor guy anyways, top floor guy anyways. So we might as well. Oh right, we still have the Anvil. These giant nukes have been quite nice. 4 waves remaining, so we have a little bit more time to get an extra Frostbite on Arcus. We will need that. I'm hoping to double it this turn again. Looks like that's not gonna happen. Start with Mind Collapse to make everything else free, and then Shade Splitter, Shade Splitter. Ice Tornado is just not quite enough to kill this guy before he sweeps away my units. Painful. Yeah, that sucks. 32 attack already on this train steward? That's a lot. I do want to play Flash Freeze on the top floor. I'm just gonna throw... No, actually, we can use it on the bottom floor. Foreign can't. Flash Freeze definitely goes on Arcus. Do I play it on both? Yeah, I'm gonna take the cost increase on the Ice Tornado here. Okay, give me all... Yes. This time we have the other Dark Shard, so things are looking to be quite promising this turn. Too bad we no longer have the... we no longer have the... totem, the Frostbite totem. That would have been nice. Oh, the Morsel Blitz triggered. I didn't even keep track of that. Guess that's good. Can we play two? Yeah, easily. I think, sadly, the cost increase happens before the anvil triggers. And it looks like we are a little bit short here. Yep. I think we could have done it if we played that a bit differently. But I'm not sure. Let's hope we have better luck on Seraph. Okay, that changes things potentially. Deep Offering is really good. We need more draw. We have so much Ember economy. We need to be able to translate that Ember into damage against the enemies. What relics am I even looking for at this point? Mind checks and Vapor Funnel? Not really. Should I really turn those down? Vapor Funnel can be helpful. Icicle Fracture helps with Titan's Claws, but we really don't need that anymore. I think this is a reroll. I think this is a skip. Well, that gives us some more gold to play with in the next shop. Heaven Seal. That's somewhat dangerous because the frontliners on the first wave, this Gilded Wing, he will be tough to take down. Very difficult. Is this just Deep Offering or is it Mind Collapse then Deep Offering? Mind Collapse would leave me with 2 energy, but Deep Offering would become free. No. It's just Deep Offering. Increase the capacity, play the Glacial Seal. Get a morsel, Foregone Power. Ah, I was really hoping to not discard that one. Well, we have 36 Frostbite on this guy, so maybe we can do something with an Orfrost or 2. Guardian Stone, nice. Got that part of our setup done. $104 Frostbite. Yeah, that's enough. We have Vapor Funnel. right? He'll move up. Take 104 and 35. No, it won't be enough. But the Ice Tornado will make it so. No, it won't. I need to kill this turn on that guy, otherwise things will get awkward. Even though it takes away power from our bottom floor, which I'm definitely not happy about. I think we start with a cave in here. Get some extra ember. Play the units. I shouldn't have made that one fragile, but that's okay. More morsels. Let's get all the frostbite triggers. Is there another train sword in the deck? Or did that one already die? There is still one left, okay. Not quite enough frostbite yet. The problem with all frost now is, well, someone will lose all their frostbite. But I could in theory all frost the Gilded Wing and then flash freeze the backline, or... No, I can't really use Hoarfrost on this floor. What's left? Ice Tornado? Ice Tornado could do it if I don't Hoarfrost. Just get one of them down with the Ice Tornado. Hoarfrost should get me the kill on this floor though, easily. That still doesn't quite work out, huh? We are quite close here. Okay, we managed to finally deal with those Gilded Wings. That was a bit of a mess. Now we need to incant a lot. Oh! I forgot that we still had that one in store. Well, I'm not used to triggering that thing at all. There we go. Now, can I even afford to go to the Merchant of Steel at this point? I don't think I can. I will take another crystalline seeds to quick start the process of getting frostbite, and prison retrieval is nice. Prison retrieval will fetch us a totem, possibly. Artifact overload, yeah, that happens with hashtag blast sometimes. Chain of gems, catches of salvation, no. Ah, these are all pretty bad. We need that. Wait, why did I forgot that my plan was to dupe the Orfrost again. I guess I need holdover now. Cost reductions honestly don't really matter at this point. No holdover. Okay, but we can consume remove deep offering. That's pretty good. Do I still want it to be 2 cost? No, I want it to be 3 cost. Let's remove both trade swords. Yeah. And then let's see. I'm not confident we can do this, but there is a chance. If we get lucky. Glacial Seal, Orfrost. And Umbra as well. Top floor not ideal for... The top floor isn't ideal for that, but... I mean... We're getting the flying kill anyways, so we don't need to set up on the bottom. That's a revenge trigger. I should keep that one around. It's also another unit that gets frostbite applied to. So, yeah. I think we just trigger the banner. Throw out the crystalline seeds and then... Oh, the cave-in is actually quite good. I do want to be on this floor. Shouldn't have played the morsels, I think. Well, at least this guy has a lot of frostbite now. 58 and another 58 will be enough to kill. Good. Good thing we have the vapor funnel, that helps. We start with Mind Collapse because that makes everything else free. Do want to trigger Incant with it as much as possible. Keep this floor healthy for now. Let's keep Soul Guard extra healthy. The Pyre Wings are annoying. Maybe I should have played around that. Can't play these on the top floor because of the harvest. Yeah, and here's the problem. We can't play 2 units this turn. We can only play 1. The Ember Drain prevented us from playing this Allfrost, and that probably means that we are way behind the power curve now and can't get the flying kill at all. Ooh, this is gonna be a strong turn though. We cave in. We get lots of revenge triggers. That's a lot of frostbite. I don't think I want to risk the other foregone power here. 522 frostbite. The only problem is that we don't... Oh no, we do have another frost in the deck. Okay. Okay. That's spicy. These guys are just gonna die, right? If I played them earlier, I could have given them enough armor. But... the Ember Drain, but this time we are prepared. We have brought morsels to fuel our energy consumption. The only problem is that I have to decide between Allfrost and Debuffering. It has to be Allfrost, of course. But that means I can at least play a Flash Freeze beforehand. And we should have the kill here. Yeah, with 2 of these. That's good. Okay. All worked out in the end. I don't want to kill this guy. just because I can. Whew. We did get the boss rush, but only a 4 turn. But that's good enough. That's actually a pretty decent score, I think. I think there was a bit more optimization possible. Maybe I should have gone to the left and should have gotten the extra Allfrost effigy from the dupe there. That would certainly have made things a bit easier. But the main problem was honestly the Ember Drain. Maybe I should have thought about that beforehand and found a way to counteract that. Like Daze or Sap. A Drain? I could have picked up a Drain, for example. We took 1 damage that entire fight. That entire run. Yeah, solid Frostbite deck. The Cuddlebeard was really essential. That gave us a lot more power. And then... yeah, pretty much the whole deck built around Frostbite. Yeah, we're in rank 4 here. I assume Chimera found some kind of awesome combo. Infinite combo or something. I don't... Okay, we have Soul Guard with Dire Channel. It's a lot of upgrades. And a lot of money. the 10-turn boss rush with a 30-card deck that has no obvious infinite or huge card. Well, guess it's time for the report button. There was no way to generate this much gold in this run, and this deck has no way of killing Seraph on turn 1, so it's probably a cheater. Okay, let's look at some legit decks instead. Yeah, this looks legit. We have the good old Spell Weakness, Ancient Synergy, Blazing Bolts, with Debuffering. Yeah, that's probably what I would have built if I would have been fine with playing more Spell Weakness, but I've played so many Spell Weakness deck in the last few weeks of dailies that I wanted to go with something else today. And yeah, these numbers look pretty reasonable. That's about what I would have expected from a good Spell Weakness deck. These Blazing Bolts, 240 damage. How many spells did he have? 1. That's another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this would have dealt 33 times 6 is 198. So the Blazing Bolt was his hardest hitting spell, but the Ancient Synergy could also serve in some scenarios. Solid. Did someone go the Frostbite route? Apparently. Yeah. Well, that's a Frostbite deck as well. Double stacked, cost reduced, consume, remove crystalline seeds. Interesting. Or Frost Effigy. No dupe though. The Glacial Seal. Pack Morsels. 5-turn boss rush. I am confused. How did this guy get a 5-turn boss rush? Do I miss something? It looks like a slightly worse version of my deck, except he had a Cold Celia instead of my Siren, which is probably superior. The Blazing Bolts, that's different, but I don't think that's what made the difference. Maybe he just had a better draw with his Frost Effigies and Crystalline Seeds. Who knows? He did manage to get the slightly better boss rush on Seraph, though. So, yeah, well done. Okay. That was fun. I haven't had a good, like, pure Frostbite run in quite some time.